Welcome to this episode of Empowered Entrepreneur. I'm your host and business muse, Vanessa. On today's episode, we are going to wrap up season 1 of Empowered Entrepreneur. I hope that you all found the past episodes informative and educational. I want to empower, educate, and inspire my audience. I have learned so much in the past year. There's so much information to share. I think it would be overwhelming sharing 20 years of experiences with you. But I just will highlight a few that brought me to where I am today. My dad, who was an engineering project manager for Motorola for 30 years, was also my business and life coach. I would call him for everything and anything. And when I lost him last year, I was gutted. But I realized that I inherited a lot of his wisdom. And I want to help. I want to help female entrepreneurs, whether you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur or you are an established entrepreneur with a small business. You've hired a team. You're 6 figures. You have 10K months. Congratulations. Is there anything that can be improved? Is there organization that needs to happen? And you have no idea where to go, what to do. I've always loved people look their best. As an executive assistant, that's what I had to do. I had to have things ready for the executive director, general manager, president, or owner of a company. I had to anticipate needs. I had to see different ways of doing things to be more efficient, effective. So when I first became an executive assistant, it was 2001. And my, how technology has changed since then. But each time it's changed, I've gotten on top of the latest trends and platforms and created systems that created productivity, efficiency, effectiveness. Because someone who has executive dysfunction is not going to know all the steps. Why do we need to work? That's the only way that you're not going to get burnt out. Working smarter is the only way you are going to increase your business revenue, increase your pocketbook without jeopardizing or your relationships. I've heard that becoming an entrepreneur is difficult on marriages, on relationships, whether it's romantic or children or parents or friends. It's hard because all you're doing is you're working. We need to take back some of that self-care. And I know we've all heard the motto, if you love what you do, it's not going to feel like work. So I want to help you become an entrepreneur that brings life to you, that everything is so easy because it's who you are. You're authentic. Inspiration strikes and it's gold. You have that inside of you. And the topic today is mastering financial fundamentals. So I started this podcast in June of this year. So many episodes in June. Spent July editing, spent August networking. Because I wanted a case study to show everything that I can do. That was the idea. And then in October, I launched a bundle, exclusive bundles. I collaborated with other service providers, an accountant, a virtual assistant, a copywriter. Each one of them have expert knowledge that I only have a taste of. I'm an expert at being an expert, but not an expert in each individual thing. But I know who to go to for those things. I can design a website, but I know who can create a really amazing website. But those things cost money, and I totally understand. But when you have an idea of where you want to be in your business, financially, personally, you start there and you work backwards, like in project management, and you develop content and you develop ideas. You gather all of those ideas, create something that you can sell. Because how are you going to make money if you don't have anything to sell? If you have nothing of value, of content, of return on investment for someone, you're never going to make the money that you want to make. And I know this because I've joined courses, I've joined programs, but the thing about those programs is, as good as they weren't for me. It was an amazing program. It was fun. It was good. It wasn't for me. And nobody bothered to help me figure out if it was for me. Going back to mastering financial fundamentals, I have split dye hair. I'm a Libra. I need balance. So I inspire and I educate, and both of those empower. I was obsessing about numbers for the program that I launched, Excel Through Excellence. I wanted it to be valuable, which it already is because it's 13 weeks, totally comprehensive. Just a quick tangent on the program. We're going to do an introduction with strategic visioning. We're going to create the end goal. Then we're going to work backwards, and you're going to have a roadmap for your business growth and scalability. Because what's the point of starting a business if you have to recreate it to scale? Wouldn't it just be so much easier if we were able to tweak one or two things and boom, you're the next tax bracket? In week 2, we're going to talk about systematic efficiency. That means creating systems that keep you from going to different locations for information. You'll get a blueprint on how to identify your efficiency and effectiveness in your business. Week 3, time management. You're going to become an expert in time management and productivity because we're going to learn how to better manage time. What works for you, not just everybody. Week 4, we're going to talk about sophisticated marketing strategies, the trends, AI, audience, algorithm. But we want to go above and beyond basics. We're going to keep our pulse on what is trending and what is popular, what is working, and you are going to be at the forefront of that knowledge without having to do the work yourself. Week 5, financial literacy and forecasting. You're not going to have a successful budget if you are overspending or not bringing enough in. So we are going to give you a financial dashboard tailored to you just for staying on track with your finances to get to that end goal, because things do cost. Whether you want to rebrand, you want a copy, you want human resources, whatever you're going to need in your business, you want it planned out. Week 6, talent management and retention. I know starting out, especially someone who has bootlegged their business from the very beginning, that you don't have expendable income to hire somebody. There are ways to get the help that you need without spending money. So we're going to walk through the steps on how to get in the right place to build a motivational team, one that supports you and your mission. Week 7, we are going to talk about customer loyalty and retention. Relationship marketing is huge. Getting to know people is the only way that you are going to be successful. You're not going to be able to sell easily, so you have to put yourself out there. You have to network. Network is key. Week 8, the accountability factor. Let's hold each other accountable. We're going to outline the reason for key performance indicators or KPIs, how to track and adjust your strategy for them. Week 9, we're going to build resilient systems that can scale, systems that you can get an add-on or hire a team member to handle for you. Week 10, data-driven decision-making. Now this is where mastering financial fundamentals comes in. It's so important to be aware of the numbers in your business, to know, to have goals, to have SMART goals. Whether you are going to be like, okay, if I want to work X amount of hours, how many people do I need to coach? And is it going to be group sessions or one-on-one? How many people do I want to coach at one time? I've been in coaching programs where there's been over 50 at one time, and they had daily calls. That's a lot of work on their part. I don't want to work that much. Otherwise, I would have gotten a regular job, but I like the freedom that being an entrepreneur allows. We're going to review an analytics framework on how to calculate your numbers, because I realized that if I only work 33 hours a week, I could be making 6 figures. Building a business, week 11. Week 11, building a business ecosystem. So we want to give you the framework on how to build an ecosystem for your brand where you can stand out and everything you do is on brand because you will resonate with your target audience when you're authentic. Week 12, community building and social capital. This goes back to networking. Do you know where you can speak on a stage? Do you know what you're going to speak about? Do you need help in understanding that you have a voice? How are you going to get out there? What is the best option for you in your area, in your market, in your industry? Do you know how to look all that information up? Week 13, finally, we're going to reflect, reset, and re-strategize. So we're going to go back to week 1 and look at everything that we have done and tweak things as needed, because what you have to do in every step is adjust to the new information. And it's pretty amazing at how quickly something can be successful, because if you want it, it will happen. And if you get the right coach, it will happen faster. I have so much business knowledge to share. I tend to go out on tangents because my knowledge is so comprehensive. But if you would like to get weekly updates from me in regards to my blog posts, any promotions that I have going on, and the podcast episodes, sign up for my email list. And if you want to learn the details about mastering financial fundamentals, join me on Sunday at 1 p.m. on Instagram. Thank you so much for your time. And that concludes another episode of Empowered Entrepreneur. I hope you liked the episode. Don't forget to review for a special shout out on season 2. Follow and subscribe. Join the Instagram lives every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard to learn more about the topic that we discuss. Until next time, remember, a rising tide brings in all boats.